still about the direction that this is gonna go. At least try to have somewhat of a fucked up direction to take this in, right? Instead of just doing nothing. So I guess we'll just start this off because I saw this comment today on Twitter. I'll show you actually real quick. Um, Basically, bro. So I'm talking about this, right? I'm talking about. So I was talking to this guy real quick, just real quick. We talking about like whales and shit manipulating. Um, yeah, it's just we talking about the new hyperliquid, and he said that killed the trading market, which probably did. Um, what's it called? And then I said this. My portfolio was ruined, and just read it. Fuck it. I'll just narrate. My portfolio was actually ruined in 2024 by the sideways chop because I was failed, but I failed to hear about hyperwaves and risk management strategies and misunderstanding of low risk assets in the space because I thought I switched from memes to AI cryptos. I was safe, but nah. And that's the reality of this space, bro. Like with that last render video, that was one of my like I'm not gonna say the number by USD, but like by size of like percentage return, it wasn't actually my biggest, but it was a good size trade for me. I'll say it like that. And the way that man, bro, unrealized loss, like straight up held strong. I was trying to held strong for the whole year, winning a profit, and then immediately unrealized loss, unrealized loss, unrealized loss, unrealized loss, realized loss, realized loss, realized loss. So that's what happened to me. But I mean, where I came in for my specific situation, which is not talked about enough at all, but because I'm like, bro, these liquidations during the sideways year actually are a pretty big thing that are not necessarily talked about enough because it's like it's almost like if you actually stay in crypto, there's already not enough data as it is, but for shit that's actually happening to you first time, we're not going to hear about situations like this until 20 years down the line just because we don't have enough people that this has happened to talking about it, but we already know. So just to get into it, like me, like everybody else, I really thought that um because of the ETFs and we hit the Bitcoin all-time high ahead of schedule, I was like, hold on, if we hit the Bitcoin all-time high ahead of schedule, my bias immediately kicks in. I'm like, oh, okay, bull market in play. I got the low. And what I failed to realize is not there's just multiple no, there's it's not there's just one low. It that there's multiple lows, like, and there's higher lows and higher highs, but what you don't really understand is that like you can actually count these out in cycles. And I didn't understand that until Camel Finance came in. I don't think anybody else really broke it down like him. I couldn't find anything. I mean, at least maybe I haven't looked hard enough. But with everything I've heard about crypto and this and that and that and that and smart money, like risk management was not talked about enough. If I would have saw that video that he had at the time that I had the money, I would close that trade probably immediately, just off that. But I don't think I saw it in time, unfortunately. But basically, he's talking about not trading over 1% of your portfolio. And I somewhat agree with that to some degree, except for like Bitcoin. Bitcoin, I think, is an entirely different ball game when you have experience. But I think that experience is required to not fuck it up. I think at least 3 to 4 years experience, and then you can kind of full port Bitcoin and say you won't fuck it up. But a lot of these first time full porters, like you're gonna fuck it up because you're a first time full porter. Like if you never full ported before into anything, like, nah, that's one thing I gotta say. Like, my risk strategies weren't the best, but they weren't the worst. Cause the way I would full port, I wouldn't full port into some bullshit. Like, like I would full port into bullshit sometimes, but not to the degree where it's like every fucking try. Like some of you guys, like I don't know. But I'll full port Bitcoin. That's normal. Full porting Ethereum, a little bit more sketchy, but significantly safer than this other shit. Because it's not that the risk level even drops by that much on Ethereum compared to this shit. It's just it goes up by so much compared to ETH that it's just like, well, fuck. If I'm gonna buy these altcoins, like, and they're just gonna fuck around all year, why not just lower the risk and buy a higher cap crypto, more fundamentals, provability, history, like all that shit, just less returns. Just accept less returns. I don't know why the space can't accept less returns. I don't know why, because like now we're complaining about Bitcoin going to 10 million. No, 1 million, talking about that's only 10x. It's like you guys don't know how to compound fucking trade. It's like you guys just want to get rich off the smallest amount of money possible, and I'm telling you that's not happening. Like it could happen off compounding, but even with compounding, you compound up to a bigger number, so therefore, you're not still technically investing the same amount of money that you started with, so therefore you're not getting rich directly just off that one investment. You're reinvesting your profits, and that's what most people don't understand about the stock market. They really don't. Um, but back to what I was saying about the 2024 run, like, cause it started off cool, right? Like, I'm here in 2023 November, and I'm like, fuck, bonk. I don't know what this is gonna do. So I go in, bonk. That shit's clean. I get in at 100 mil, exit at 1 bill. Shit goes to 2 billion the next day. Starting off my run, cool. All right, find Stan, 8 million. 8 million market cap. Shit runs up to 12, hit a quick multiplier, get back in. I think I hit some sort of like I don't know if I hit some sort of repricing and then I just got out, but at some point I retraded that, and then I think like another like Joe Coin, I think, and no Mog in there, but I did see that come out. But the main one that I liked this cycle was Bonk, and I haven't been able to find another one like that. Um, because it's just the setup's not there. The setup's not there. The liquidity rotation is already fucked up. You got already because you had a lack of exposure to liquidity to pump the run. Without that lack of exposure to liquidity to pump the run, now it's like with these shitters, like we already have so much over leverage risk. It's like now the liquidity is just so. It's not that it's not there, but it's just that it's something. It's this whole like you can't believe in the alt even though you really want to, because like the tech sounds really good at first, like especially if you find something really good. Like with me it was Render, and it's this thing with altcoins where I always find that like not that managing the risk can't keep you safe, but even when you think you're managing the risk, you're not, because you fail to see immediately that your altcoin is overly speculative. And what you end up doing is like you end up like trying to price in liquidity that hasn't even made in a decision on where it's going to go, but you've already priced it in, and it's not going to get priced in. And unless there's more smart money still flowing in, it's not going to go up anymore. And to understand that, it's easier said than done, but to have the investment actually drop because there's no smart money coming in, because it's not rotating. That's what happened with the Bitcoin bull run in 2024, because we all thought again that the Bitcoin bull run was going to still do the same thing. Bitcoin dominance eventually drop, rotate into alts, Ethereum alt season, and then microcaps back to Bitcoin, the whole shebang. And the whole time we didn't understand that that liquidity was just more likely to go in other stocks, because you have we didn't even look at the fucking product correctly. Like if we really thought about it at the time, we couldn't even really see it because we had all this mania. The mania phase to me was 2024. None of this shit to me now was mania. I really think the mania phase was last year, because the way that these alts are going up now, they're not shit. Like at the beginning of this run, like they were actually, I say that we were in this run looking closer to 2021 than in 2024 than we do now in 2025, simply because of pump fund